So that one's broken and that is new. It looks like this. Square section on this one. And this is square and round. Here it's round, here it's kind of square. So let's remove those nails and insert that metal to this one somehow. Let's try this. One is already broken. I have to remove that one also somehow. Some nails were removed. Will it come out? Come on. Yep. It's full of nails. This is square here and around it there. Now let's see, moment of truth. That is still somewhat large. The corners must be reduced. Get a knife. Okay, here's an example using one hand. Get a knife or something. And using both of your hands, take off from that wood. This is just an example. Use two hands. It's 115 millimeters diameter because I have a 125 and it will not fit. 125, so 1 centimeter more, and it enters, but it's in contact. This barely enters. The diameter is fine on this one. Push that button. And manually tighten it. That button. Now the rotation direction is that way, up. So it will move this way, rotate this way. As you can, I use this to remove material from that one. And yes, it can be used. This is much smoother. Barely any damage there. Now it's somewhat okay, but of course only the ends were removed. I have to remove from the interior also, further in. Now move it so that it will make some marks on the wood, and thus you will know from where to remove the material. There it's visible. That one also. Let's try this file also. Using two hands, of course. And the file is a much better tool for this job. You're still there somewhere, around at a centimeter depth. Not enough. And it's wonderful. But of course it has to be deeper. Half of it is out. So continue in the same manner using the rough file, and it's good. Another method to make the metal portion enter here is to use a hammer. This will compress the wood a little bit. It will not remove material from it, but it will make it smaller. Suppose it will not crack. something like this. And put a little bit of oil on it and force that metal into it using a hammer. And I hammered it, but it, of course, vertical, not horizontal, but it doesn't like it. I have to remove a little bit more material. You can see where it was in friction. And it finally entered. Of course, there is quite a lot of gap here on the top side. So friction is on the sides. Top and maybe the bottom is a little bit loose. Yes, I can see through, even through the bottom side. I should insert screws into the corners, let's say, so that the head of the screw should stop the metal portion to fall out, and the sides of the screw would grab into the wood. Plus it will push the wood apart a little bit to make even more pressure between the metal and the wood. The corners need to be reduced. Width-wise, I think it's okay. Yes, the width is fine. Now the length is too much, the lower portion. Now let's see, these screws are not too long, but they are roughly good. We will see if it's a good idea or not. Here it already entered halfway, so that's one corner. Put it to the smaller speed. Another corner. Now this is a tighter corner. Let's see if it will enter or not. Then go sideways. It entered. And the last one. Okay, so I inserted 4 screws. The thread is grabbing the wood, the head is more or less locking the metal from coming out, and hope it will be okay. I can see a tiny amount of screw there, just the end, a tip. Other than that, it should be okay. Let's roughly straight. It's not curved.